Hi, welcome to today's tutorial on QGIS 3.14. In this video, I am going to show you how you can download COVID-19 data using QGIS 3.14 quickly and easily. Let's get started. First, we'll open a new project in QGIS 3.14. Then, we will install the HCMGIS plugin. And later on, we will download, visualize, and save our data. So let's go to QGIS 3.14. When you open QGIS 3.14, you start by creating a new project. So I'm going to go to Project, New Project. So I'll create a blank new project. And in order for us to get this COVID-19 data, we need to install a plugin called the HCMGIS plugin. So I'm going to go to the plugin tab. Then I'm going to go to Manage and Install Plugins. Then I will look for, under All, I will look for the HCMGIS plugin. And it tells me the HCMGIS plugin helps you for the base maps, batch converter, download COVID data. This is what I am actually very interested in. So we are going to install this plugin. So I'm going to install the HCMGIS plugin by clicking below here, Install Plugin. And it will take a few seconds to install plugin. And it has told me the plugin is installed successfully. So when I click on Close here, you will see that the HCMGIS plugin has been added into our menu bar. And here is the HCMGIS plugin. For those who are going to get difficulties installing the HCMGIS using the plugin manager, I'll show you another way of installing the HCMGIS plugin. So I'm going to uninstall the plugin first so that I show you the other way of downloading the HCMGIS plugin. So I'm going to go to my browser. In this case, I'm using Google Chrome, and I'm going to type HCMGIS. And I'll get the HCMGIS plugin. So I'm going to click on the link, the link. Then you can see this is the HCMGIS plugin. It tells you base maps, batch converter, download COVID data. So I'll go read more about the plugin. Then there is the details. Then there is the version tab. Now I want to download it here. The latest version is the one that is above. So I'm going to select the first one, which is version 20.6.3. Then I'm going to hit the download. And it will tell me I've already downloaded. Okay, actually, I've already downloaded, but you can download it and save it where you want to save it on your computer. It's a zip file. So after that, I'm just going to go back to my plugin manager. I'm going to go to plugins, manage and install plugins. Then I'm going to select install from zip, and I'm going to look for where my HCMGIS plugin is. The download that I downloaded, and you can see I have the HCMGIS plugin in my folder that I created for plugins GIS. So I'm going to select the HCMGIS plugin. I'm going to open. Then I'm going to install. It will take a few minutes, and there you have it. The plugin has been installed successfully. I'm going to click close, and you can see it is now back in my menu bar. So let's go to the next step, where it is to now get these data of COVID-19. Now that we have our HCMGIS plugin installed, we're going to go ahead and download the COVID-19 data. How do we download? So we go to the HCMGIS plugin, then we'll scroll down. We'll go to download COVID-19 data, and we're going to select the first one, which is download COVID-19 live updates. We'll give it a few seconds as it loads the data, and it has loaded a layer on our layers panel saying global COVID-19 live updates. So I'm going to right click on that, open the attribute table to see what it has, and you can see it has the countries, the region, the latitude and longitude, the confirmed, the deaths, the recovered, and the active. So this is the kind of data that we want to just visualize and see what's really going on in different parts of the world in regards to this COVID-19 pandemic. You can actually add some base layer here, or you can add the world shapefile. How do you add the world shapefile? So I'm going to go down here in the coordinates here. If you can see the coordinates here, then I'm going to just delete everything, and then I'm going to type the word world. Then I'm going to hit enter, and you'll see the world shapefile will be added into our QGIS. Now I'll bring it below the point layers. Now we have the two layers. There's the global COVID-19 live updates, and then there is the world map. All these are just temporary layers. So what we're going to do, we're going to save our layers first before we do any analysis. So I'm going to right click on these, the first one, then save feature as. Is an S3 shapefile. I'm going to save it in my work folder, the desktop GIS data. I'm going to create a folder here and call it COVID-19. Then I'm going to say this is the live update data. I'm going to save. I'm going to say okay. So I have loaded now. I can actually even remove this layer, the first layer that we had added. Now I'll do the same thing for the world map. It's just a temporary file. I'm going to export it, save feature as, just there, world map. Let's reshape file, say okay, and now I have my world map layer saved permanently on my drive. So I'm going to also remove this layer. So the next thing I want to do is I want to know the different regions. So I'm going to just name all the different regions in the world. So I'm going to label them, single label. I'm going to label them using the name, text data. I'm going to change maybe to nice color. Try okay. So I have all the names. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to look at this data. What are we going to map? We're going to map confirmed cases first, then we're going to map to visualize. We're going to visualize the confirmed cases, the deaths, the recovered, and the active. So how do we do that? So I have actually four things I want to map. You can actually create 4 of these layers. So I'll duplicate this layer 4 times so that I have 4. So I have 4 more layers duplicated here. So I'm going to start with the first one. I want to look at the confirmed cases. How do I visualize the confirmed cases? So I will go to properties, symbology. I'm going to select symbology, then I'm going to use the graduated because we are dealing with values. I'm going to use graduated. Then I'm going to select confirmed. I'm going to leave the color ramp to be that way. And then here under symbol, under method, not symbol, under method, I will select, instead of color, I will select size. Then I'll leave it at size 1 to 8. And then I'll click on, the mode I'll leave it at equal count quantile. But there are other ways you can actually do it, equal interval, the natural breaks, petty breaks, and all that. So I'm going to use the equal count quantile. Then I'm going to click on classify. And it has classified for me. Actually, what I want to do is I'm just going to delete all first. Then change the color of the ledge of the symbol. Then I'm going to now use the size. Then I'm going to click on classify, and it's red now. Click on apply. Okay, and you can see this is actually how to visualize and see which countries actually, the bigger circles represent those countries that have more confirmed cases. The smaller circles have the least confirmed cases. So that is for the confirmed. So I'm going to rename this. Rename it. Then say confirmed. Then I'm going to the next one. I'm going to uncheck this. I'm going to check now the next one. Now what I want to do with this one now is, you can see they're just dots evenly distributed, so you can't actually visualize anything. But now we're going to look at that table now. We want to visualize depths. You can see there are different values for depths. So I'm also going to do the same thing here. Going to properties. Then I'm going to symbology. Then instead of a single symbol, I change it to graduated. I'll change this color here first. I want a red. Maybe for the depths, I want maybe black color. It's dark tea, some little darker color. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, instead of color, I'm going to use size, and you pretty do the same thing, equal count. Then I'm going to click on classify. Oh, sorry, I didn't select the value here, which is depth. Always remember to select the value here, then click on classify. And now I have my depth cases. So I'm going to save this one as rename it to depths. And I have my depth cases. So you can do the same thing for the recovered and the active, and then later on you can actually add these into an interactive map, like maybe say a web map, or you can just create your own map and be able to use it in your analysis. If you found this video useful and you want to learn more on QGIS, subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon and get notified when my next video is uploaded. Don't forget to hit the like button. See you in the next video.